Welcome to episode 20 of our #SaaS Startup series, where we dive into the world of advanced cybersecurity practices. As businesses continue to digitalize, securing data and systems has never been more critical. In this episode, we explore two essential components of modern cybersecurity: zero trust architecture and cybersecurity for critical infrastructure. In today's world, cyber threats are more sophisticated than ever before, targeting businesses, governments, and critical infrastructure. Traditional security models are no longer sufficient to defend against these threats, which is why advanced cybersecurity practices are needed. We'll break down these complex topics into digestible insights, helping you understand why they are crucial and how they can be implemented. The evolution of cybersecurity, from perimeter defense to zero-trust cybersecurity, has evolved significantly over the past few decades. In the early days, most organizations relied on a perimeter defense model, where the focus was on building strong walls around the network to keep intruders out. This worked well when systems were centralized and threats were less sophisticated. However, as businesses embraced digital transformation, the traditional perimeter became less effective. Cloud computing, remote work, mobile devices, and IoT have blurred the lines of what constitutes a secure network. Attackers have also become more skilled, finding ways to bypass traditional defenses through phishing, malware, and advanced persistent threats, APTs. In response, cybersecurity practices have evolved to meet these new challenges, leading to the development of Zero Trust Architecture, ZTA. Zero Trust Architecture. A paradigm shift in cybersecurity. Zero Trust Architecture, ZTA, is a security framework that assumes that threats could be both external and internal to the network. It operates on the principle of never trust, always verify. Unlike traditional security models that trust users and devices inside the network by default, Zero Trust verifies every access request as if it originates from an untrusted network. Core principles of Zero Trust. Verify explicitly. Every user and device must be authenticated and authorized before accessing any resources, regardless of their location within the network. Least privilege access. Users are granted the minimum level of access necessary to perform their tasks. This limits the potential damage if an account is compromised. Assume breach. Zero Trust operates on the assumption that breaches have already occurred. This mindset ensures that security measures are continually applied and improved. Implementing Zero Trust Architecture. Implementing Zero Trust requires a multifaceted approach that encompasses people, processes, and technology. Below are the key steps organizations can take to adopt a Zero Trust model. Segment the network. Divide the network into smaller, isolated segments. This reduces the attack surface and limits the lateral movement of attackers in the event of a breach. Multi-factor authentication, MFA. Implement MFA across all systems to ensure that even if credentials are compromised, unauthorized access is prevented. Continuous monitoring and analytics. Employ real-time monitoring and analytics to detect suspicious activities. Machine learning and AI can be leveraged to identify abnormal behavior patterns. Encrypt data. Encrypt data both at rest and in transit to protect sensitive information from unauthorized access. Identity and access management, IAM. Implement robust IAM policies that govern user access based on roles and continuously assess access privileges. Benefits of Zero Trust Architecture. Enhanced security. By verifying every access request and minimizing trust, Zero Trust significantly reduces the risk of breaches. Reduced impact of attacks. Even if attackers gain access to one part of the network, segmentation and least privilege access limit their ability to spread. Increased visibility. Continuous monitoring provides security teams with greater visibility into who is accessing what, when, and from where. Challenges in implementing Zero Trust. While Zero Trust offers a robust security framework, implementing it can be complex and resource-intensive. Organizations need to balance security with usability and ensure that the user experience is not overly burdensome. Additionally, transitioning from a traditional security model to Zero Trust requires significant cultural and operational changes. Despite these challenges, Zero Trust is becoming the standard for modern cybersecurity. As threats continue to evolve, adopting a Zero Trust approach is essential for protecting digital assets and maintaining trust with customers and stakeholders. Cybersecurity for critical infrastructure. Securing the backbone of society. Critical infrastructure refers to the systems and assets that are vital to the functioning of society, including energy, transportation, water supply, healthcare, and telecommunications. The security of these infrastructures is paramount, as disruptions can have far-reaching consequences. Cyber attacks on critical infrastructure have increased in frequency and sophistication in recent years. From ransomware attacks on hospitals to attempts to compromise power grids, the stakes are high. Securing critical infrastructure requires a comprehensive cybersecurity strategy that addresses the unique challenges of these sectors. Key challenges in securing critical infrastructure. Legacy systems. Many critical infrastructure sectors rely on outdated systems that were not designed with cybersecurity in mind. These legacy systems can be difficult to secure and integrate with modern technologies. Interconnectedness. Critical infrastructure is highly interconnected, meaning that a breach in one area can have cascading effects across other sectors. This complexity makes securing the entire system more challenging. Nation-state threats. Nation-states often target critical infrastructure as part of geopolitical strategies. These attacks are highly sophisticated and can be difficult to detect and mitigate. Limited resources. Many critical infrastructure sectors operate with limited resources, making it challenging to invest in the latest cybersecurity technologies and practices. Cybersecurity strategies for critical infrastructure. Public-private partnerships. Governments and private sector organizations must collaborate to share threat intelligence and develop coordinated responses to cyber attacks. Public-private partnerships can enhance the resilience of critical infrastructure by pooling resources and expertise. Threat intelligence sharing. Real-time sharing of threat intelligence between organizations can help identify and mitigate threats before they cause significant damage. This requires strong collaboration between the public and private sectors. Incident response plans. Every critical infrastructure organization should have a comprehensive incident response plan in place. This includes regular drills and simulations to ensure that all stakeholders are prepared to respond to cyber incidents. Regulatory compliance. Governments often impose regulations to ensure that critical infrastructure operators adhere to certain cybersecurity standards. Compliance with these regulations is essential for maintaining security and resilience. Advanced monitoring and detection. Implementing advanced monitoring and detection systems that leverage AI and machine learning can help identify potential threats before they lead to significant disruptions. These systems can analyze vast amounts of data in real time to detect anomalies and respond to threats. Resilience and redundancy. Building resilience into critical infrastructure involves creating redundant systems and backup processes that can keep operations running in the event of a cyber attack. This includes having contingency plans for power outages, communication failures, and data loss. Case studies. Cybersecurity for critical infrastructure. Colonial Pipeline attack, 2021. A ransomware attack on Colonial Pipeline, a major fuel pipeline operator in the United States, led to significant fuel shortages along the East Coast. The attack highlighted the vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure and the need for robust cybersecurity measures. Ukraine power grid attack, 2015. In one of the most well-known cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, hackers targeted Ukraine's power grid, leading to widespread outages. This attack demonstrated the potential for cyber attacks to cause significant physical damage and disruption. These case studies underscore the importance of advanced cybersecurity practices for critical infrastructure. As cyber threats continue to evolve, securing the backbone of society must remain a top priority for governments, businesses, and organizations worldwide. Conclusion. Strengthening cybersecurity in the digital age. As we wrap up episode 20 of our #SaaS Startup series, it's clear that cybersecurity is no longer just a technical challenge, it's a strategic imperative for businesses, governments, and society as a whole. Whether it's implementing zero-trust architecture or securing critical infrastructure, advanced cybersecurity practices are essential to protecting our digital future. The threats we face are real, but so are the solutions. By adopting a proactive approach to cybersecurity, organizations can stay ahead of emerging threats and build a more secure and resilient digital landscape. Thank you for tuning in to this episode. If you found this content valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest episodes. Cybersecurity is a journey, and we're here to help you navigate it.